Congratulations, kid. You've pulled it out right on time again today. You, tossing and turning at this moment. It's perfect to brush on a bottle of Sprite, the famous stress reliever. I'm guessing your phone battery is at 82%, and his left foot was placed on top of his right foot. If you guessed correctly, please say something on the right. If you guess wrong, leave your phone battery level. Without further ado, seats for Yifei and Yanzu. Let's enjoy this stress relieving process together. When the blizzard hit Cybertron, Jaha was seen driving his bearded car, carrying the dog deep into this patrol. Get ready to experience a dance of falling leaves with the wind and snow. He steadily placed his beard on a wind-swept auspicious spot, then pull the handbrake. Slowly lower the chassis of the car to face the wind and snow with a more composed attitude. Although it was one person from beginning to end, but thankfully, I had my dog's company. This also meant that Jaho was no longer alone. Setting up tents is the top priority right now, but the cold wind at this moment. It seemed they didn't want him to set up the tent easily. Jayahu was seen calmly take out the field pegs that have been prepared in advance. Through the cave entrance, chisels were driven deeper and deeper into the cave to lay a solid foundation for this temporary home. Then transparent waterproof channels were installed on both sides of the tent. Even when surrounded by warmth, you can also take in the vast, desolate snowscape. Subsequently, he carefully connected the rear of the car to the tent entrance. Instantly expands the activity space to a more spacious level. For the sake of security, Jaho then took out Massachusetts. Reinforced the four corners of the tent again. After settling these things, he first comforted the dog that had been with him the whole way. Then, they neatly assembled a frame bed. Considering that a thin bedboard is unlikely to keep out the cold, he thoughtfully laid a layer on top. Thick cotton pad and soft blankets. But in fact, their sleeping place tonight is not in a tent, but inside the car. Simply fold down the rear seats and lay down the same cotton pad and blanket. The comfortable car bed was then complete. And Gubao seemed to understand this sentiment. It wagged its tail happily. Then, Jaha began unloading the animal supplies from the trunk. He placed the heater securely in the hands of the central deputy to ensure that the long night can be enveloped in warmth. With all kinds of equipment placed in place, fine snowflakes had begun to fall outside the tent. Jaho slowly and deliberately stuck dry wood into the fireplace. Use a flamethrower too. The leaping flames quickly dispelled the chill. A moment later, a layer of pure white snowflakes adhered to the outer wall of the tent. White smoke rising from the entrance of Kion village. This together confirms the ferocity of the outdoor blizzard. The indoor warmth is like spring, accompanied by burning flames. Jai-ho picked up the kettle. Walking through the thick, cunning snow, I reached the nearby stream. Fetch a pot of clear, strong stream water. He placed the kettle on the fireplace. Prepare to boil a pot of hot tea. Taking advantage of this splash, he then poured the milk into the glass. Next, heat the milk cup in the kettle. And now, it's lunchtime. Jaiho added some new firewood to the fireplace. Then bury a few cute sweet potatoes inside. While the sweet potatoes were baking, He took out his second senior brother, which he had brought from home. Then bury it outside the tent. Clean chicken blood. This natural snow refrigerator can keep food fresh. It also makes the meat more tender during subsequent cooking. Over time, the room was also filled with the aroma of roasted sweet potatoes. The shrimp's crispy outer shell is not peeled. Take a big, satisfying bite. This simple and delicious, it also complements the atmosphere of snow camping. The sky gradually darkened. The temperature also dropped accordingly. Jia-ho adds fuel to the kerosene stove. Add fuel, and then turn on the switch. He then began to steadily supply the heater, and in order to firmly lock in this warmth, he pulled the tent flap tighter. The indoor temperature also rose rapidly. Jia-ho, who had been busy all day, I also felt tired. Then I snuggled up with my dog in the warm car, enjoying this secluded tranquility. Before I knew it, I had drifted off to sleep. I don't know how many hours passed. Jia-ho woke up from his sleep. The hunger in my stomach was clearly visible. It's time to bring out the ice that we've prepared beforehand. Treat yourself to some fresh pork. However, before that, Jia-ho decided to give the national treasure a good meal first. Subsequently, Jia-ho put a bunch of fresh vegetables into a large bowl. Pour on the specially made sweet and sour sauce. Sprinkle another bowl of sesame seeds on top. Simple, stirring. An appetizer is now complete. Then I took out tonight's main dish, the signature spicy chicken noodles. He skillfully prepared the aluminum foil on the frying pan. Spread the pork belly slices all over the bottom of the pot. As the oil sizzled and crackled, Jia-ho was finally able to enjoy a delicious and satisfying meal. Dear viewers, in front of the screen, do you like this kind of camping life? Finally, add it. One person finished both buckets of instant noodles. Make another cup of fragrant coffee. A sense of satisfaction arises spontaneously. After eating and drinking to one's heart's content, Jia-ho took Gubao back to the car. Put on headphones. I selected the show I've been watching recently on the tablet. Enjoy the leisure of snow camping. The mood was perfectly controlled. Over time, it was already 2 a.m. Jia-ho raised his hand and turned off the interior lights. In the tranquil blood of together with the baby in my arms, today's recording has ended.